All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to present to you an interview that I did with Gervonta Davis's trainer, Kenny Ellis, where he addresses some things specifically about Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Vasily Lomachenko. Talks about what Gervonta Davis sees in fights with them and what their weaknesses are and what Gervonta Davis's strengths are related to them. Excellent technical conversation about the sport of boxing. We did this interview a couple weeks ago. It was a little bit before we had interviewed him with Shakur Stevenson. So a lot of the attention obviously went on the conversation between he and Shakur Stevenson. But in the midst of that, this interview was done and there's a lot of really, really good information in it. I implore you to watch it all the way to the end and let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, enjoy the interview. Yeah, Rosalind Sanchez. I mean, you know, for now, the last time I had you look up, yeah, a dime. Oh, you're talking about Saggy? Yeah, that's dime. Yeah, that's a dime right there. That's literally. Oh, but black women, I would say, what's that girl's name? What's that Brazilian model's name? What's the Brazilian model's name? There's a Brazilian model whose name I cannot remember. Mariah Carey. I don't know. Mariah Carey built funny. Aaliyah. What up, man? What's up, Coach Kenny? Oh, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's going on with you, sir?
I ain't nothing maintaining. That's all we can
do. Man, you know you might accidentally run into Shakur on this live stream.
Oh.
Just so you know. Because he may come on. He was supposed to come at 11, so we run a little late, just so you know.
No problem.
Yeah, man. What's up, Kenny? It's been a long time since I've seen you, brother, man. You king of the world in that training game.
We in the gym. We in the gym now.
Man, first of all, let me get this out, man. Congratulations on that job you did with Frank Martin on that Frank Martin fight. Congratulations. I'm going to run my congratulations off because I ain't taught you in a minute. So number one, congratulations on Kenny. And not on Kenny, I'm sorry, on Calvin. And Calvin getting that situation taken care of.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. You know?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the last time I talked to you, bro. So
yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I'm really, really happy, bro, that wound up good for you. Congratulations on Gervonta getting to the Olympics. You know, you gonna have, you know.
It's all God's work, you know.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Congratulations to the tremendous pay-per-view that y'all had. Now y'all are solidly the face of boxing, over 400,000 pay-per-views according to the reports. Another $14 million gate. Dog, you guys is cracking close to it. I mean, I think you guys might have done. You guys must be closing in on $50 or $60 million worth of gate receipts.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a blessing, man.
Yeah, man, you're doing your thing, man. You're doing your thing, bro. So how's things going out there at Upton Gym?
Everything is good. We're working on the next generation. You know, got kids coming, recruiting every day. You know, we got a house full, man, from 10 in the morning till 9 at night.
Man, that's beautiful, man. I got to get out there. I owe it to you to get out there to real quick. Cal Cooler said, "What role will Tank have in the Olympics if Coach knows?"
I'm not sure. But I think it's just out there to motivate the kids and let them know their dream can come reality. Just pushing them with motivation, you know.
So just like you're gonna take photo ops with them and
yeah,
just, you know,
especially the boxing team, you know, they they see Tank there. They ain't trying to lose.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, we got a lot of questions for you, so let's get to the questions that are for you. People have been putting them in the super chat. I've starred other ones. Hey, but first and foremost, man, let's get a bunch of applause in the chat for Coach Kenny and tell you some of the rules. Y'all can say, I would appreciate if you respectful to Coach Kenny. I think pretty much everybody here has a lot of respect for you, but and then if there's a question you don't want to answer, right, just flat tell me I ain't answering that.
Plead the fifth, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just tell me right away, and this is a go-to, and we move on.
Right.
All right. So, let me go down. Stopping through. Let me see. Sorry about that. I'm a little out of order. I'm looking for the ones for you. Oh, here it is. Finney says that's a question for Coach Kenny. What is the most underrated aspect of Tank's IQ people don't notice, from movement to neutralizing opponents' tools?
The way he sets you up.
What you mean by that? If I don't know boxing, man, like how do you set somebody up?
I ain't gonna say exactly.
Without giving any.
I ain't gonna say set you up, but a lot of times they say Tank give away rounds, even though he might look down physically, but mentally he's up because he knows what he's going to do. He might watch you make a mistake your first, second round. 4, 5, and 6, you still making that mistake, but you don't have a clue that you're making that mistake, and then he gonna get you because you done got too relaxed with the mistake. He know you don't have a clue. And then lights out.
Is that something that happened with Frank Martin?
He made. Oh yeah.
What mistake did Frank Martin make?
Well, Frank Martin,
I don't think you're gonna fight him again, so I think you fair. I think it's free to give the game up.
He could only fight going one way, and we knew that. He could only fight going one way, and then he slowed down as the rounds goes on. He get weaker and weaker. Every fight that I watch, he died at the end. So we start touching his body, around 4, 5, and 6, we start touching his body. And that's when he starts sitting on the ropes and lights out.
Okay. Hey, so that's the role that you play with the team?
Well, me and Calvin together, man, our chemistry is crazy. We just put it together, man. We watch the opponent and we put it together.
And you can do that like
with anybody.
With anybody? So are you far along with I'm sure there's gonna be some questions with Loma, but just to make sure I give frequent Phoenix the Assassin enough of his time. Is that something you're already doing for your next opponent?
Anybody that they mentioned in the past 2 years, 3 years, I'm already on it. 2 years up, 3 years up on Loma already, just in case the fight would take place.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. What makes you so good at it, man? Because I know when I talk to Kenny and when I talk to Coach K, I'm sorry, K and K or C and K, the names sometimes forgive me. So I've talked to last time Coach Calvin. Shout out and tell Coach Calvin I said what's up.
For sure, he had to go to the get his eyes checked this morning, but as soon as he come in the door, I'll definitely let him know.
Yeah, tell him I said what's up, man, because I owe him a bunch of congratulations too, man. I owe him a bunch of congratulations, man. Like if I wanted to really understand, like, because we got a lot of casual boxing fans, people that obviously do not know boxing as well as you do, myself being one of them, because, once again, you got me on that damn Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. fight. Shit pissed me. Like, but at least I showed up to the Rise. Make sure y'all go subscribe right now to the Rise podcast, the home of Upton Gym. Just so you know, man, somebody put a link in there for the Rise podcast. Anybody that wants to listen to Coach Calvin, understand his home is at the Rise podcast. Also, you can definitely check him out on Mill City Boxing, where he's a regular contributor over at the great Mill City Boxing. If as a fighter, if somebody's really trying to understand boxing, and I want to look at a boxing match, and say, okay, if I need to understand and make a prediction about a fight, what would be the top like 3 things that you would tell me to look for in a fighter? If I want to know what type of fighter this guy is.
Man, it's so many different things. I look at their ability, you know, and I look at their previous fights, you know. I look at everything. It's hard to tell.
But like just 3 things, like you got to do 3. Like, would it be their former opponent?
I research their strengths on, like, if they're using the strength side for the jab, like Shakur, for instance. I might be wrong, but when I look at him, I feel like he's not a southpaw. You know?
Why you say that?
And the same with, I don't want to say the other fighters.
Yeah, don't go too much. That thing, it cut me if you don't want to go too much.
There's a couple other fighters out there that they're not really conventional fighters.
They're not really, or they're not really southpaw.
Some of them are not southpaw. Some of them not conventional. You know.
So you're saying that sometimes there's a guy that fights in the southpaw stance, but he's really orthodox.
Exactly.
And somebody fights in the orthodox stance, but he's really southpaw. So like maybe like a Oscar De La Hoya. I heard Oscar De La Hoya was really a southpaw, but he fought in the orthodox stance.
And some fighters can get away with it, but that don't make it right. You know, a lot of times these gyms are letting the kids come in the door and dictate the way they want to fight, instead of being patient and teaching them the right way. They can get away with it when they're young, but it's going to harm them in the future, most of them, you know? That's one thing that I always look at, you know, their strengths and their weaknesses.
And so the strength needs to be what? Like, if I wanted to fight, and
I tell everybody, you should have a football in your gym. Keep a football in the gym. When you get new kids come in, you take them outside, you tell them, throw the football. You see what hand they throw with, because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna throw with the dominant hand, and then you're gonna have that kid that, because he want to jab with his dominant hand, he gonna say, "Oh, I'm both-handed." So okay, throw it just as far and just as hard and just as straight with your other hand. Then if you even-handed, the ball gonna go just as steady, just as straight, just as hard. If you're not even-handed, it's gonna fall weak.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have it natural because you got that. It's just not working like that.
I haven't seen a kid yet that can do it on both sides. So you gotta make sure you got that dominant hand in the back.
Why you want the dominant hand in the back?
Because that's the hand that's gonna do the damage most of the. You can hurt a fighter with either hand, but that dominant hand put the icing on the cake when you got somebody wobbled. You know.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's move to the next one. A says, "Salute Noop. Ask him who Tank potentially sees as his most competitive fight."
He never really say. Tank just go in there and do what he did, you know, do the job, because he, you know.
Now, who do you think would be his most competitive fight?
I don't see nobody that I could say, you know, would be his most competitive fight.
Okay, what about like historically? Like even like fighters you've seen that are retired. Let's talk about retired fighters. Who would you think would be his most competitive fight of like the lightweights that you've seen? Like Juan Manuel Marquez. How you think he would do with Juan Manuel Marquez?
Knock him out.
Why you say knock out Juan? That's one of my favorite Mexicanos. Viva Cabrones.
Because Tank is a fighter. You can train 10 fighters and you can teach them the exact same thing, but every fighter won't carry out that mission. Tank is one of them fighters that's gonna carry out the mission. He gonna carry out the order. You know. Then you have some fighters that will they can carry out the order, but their pain tolerance might be different. You understand what I'm saying? Their speed or their power might be different. Tank is just that he's the one that can get it done. You know, he can get it done because the power, when you got to fight it with power, man, you got to, you know, that's the last thing to go.
As far as like the power with fighters, like when do you know when you're developing a fighter? When do you know that they got power?
I don't want to get that secret out.
Okay, then that's cool. We move on.
It's a certain age. There's a certain transition when you know if a fighter got power or not. A lot of times you hear these cats say he ain't growing to his man power. That's a fucking myth.
Man strength.
How come some fighters got to grow into man strength and some fighters don't? You know. But all fighters that can be taught a technique that punch harder. They might not be the hardest puncher, but like Shakur, he can punch harder than what he, with the right teaching and technique. I like Shakur. He's the best boxer, but he can punch harder than what he's punching. Again, I think he's orthodox. I might be wrong, but I think he's orthodox.
Well, you know how you can always tell. There's always a secret. Let me see. I can tell you if I can find it. Let me Google something real quick. Shakur signs autograph. Usually, if you can catch somebody on tape signing an autograph,
you got a point there. They're gonna sign it with their dominant.
He's right-handed.
He's right-handed?
Yeah, he's right-handed.
Wow.
Because he's signing it with his right hand. That's how I always look.
Right.
What's he signing with? Because that's a fine. Because some of the things that you're talking about too is fine motor skills too. Right. Because like you can do like that, like with your power hand.
Right.
You can probably be more precise with that than you can be with your
exactly.
You can too.
Exactly.
So Alan Sostain, I'm sorry for busting cats out, but I mean, just so you know, that's an orthodox. He signs with his right hand. Ask Kenny if Tank will put Shakur to sleep faster than Shakur. Oh man, I forgot. Some of these are cracked up shit. Alan Sostain said, ask Kenny if Tank will put Shakur to sleep faster than Shakur putting us to sleep. Nah, I'm just kidding. Here's to more support for the channel. No joke, man. How do you think that? You think that you think there's any chance of the outcome of that fight being anything other than a knockout?
I don't want to have Shakur pissed off, but my opinion, it's just my opinion. I don't see it going 12 rounds.
So you like Shakur though?
I like him. I like him. I don't hate Shakur. He's a hell of a boxer. I don't hate him. I don't hate nobody. But sometimes when I talk, people think it's biased.
Guys get mad.
I just talk, I just speak to my opinion. Yeah, but Shakur,
yeah, but you're supposed to think he gonna beat him though.
Yeah, just like Shakur, him and his team think they're gonna outbox Tank, and they supposed to,
Yes, sir.
And I don't have nothing against them thinking that. They train hard and they have a right to think that. So that's boxing.
Yeah, that makes sense. The next question from El Chapo. That's for Shakur. For Coach Kenny, Phoenix Assassin was back at it. He said, for Coach Kenny, when Tank fights, do you notice him enter a flow state where he is fighting from instinct and being comfortable, being in a zone as opposed to have to consistently think and adjust?
I ain't gonna say instincts. A lot of fighters use their instincts when they hurt. When they discombobulated, they just go to their instincts. But
I think he's trying to talk about, like, do you were you from Baltimore? It's close enough to DC. You be doing that electric slide and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know how you can, like, people that can dance can just get into it and they're just in the rhythm. They know what they're doing. Definitely. I think that's what he means. Like, do you ever see him like just in a rhythm of seeing and knowing? And
every round he's having fun. It's not a fight for him. It's a dance. It's a fight to everybody that's watching, but it's a dance for him. He having fun. He come to the corner, talk, and he yelling at his wife. His mother in the audience, because he's relaxed. It's second nature to Tank. So
I gotta insert my own question in here.
Go for it.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I gotta pull something up for you.
Uh-oh. How you doing?
What you think Tank is thinking about during this? This is the Devin Haney tape. Let me pull up a more fluid one. Like, what do you think he's thinking about during this? Like, have you seen the tape where he sparred Devin?
Yeah, I watched clips of it. Yeah. Tank having fun, man. You gotta really know Tank. He was having fun.
This one. What happens in this if you got 25-ounce gloves? And I'm looking at these particular punches.
And I said it. I said it before on another podcast. Right there, believe it or not, Tank is holding back. And he's holding back at the time for Floyd. Tank can throw punches in hard motion and you know, but at the same time, he know how much steam he got on it.
He's holding back for Floyd?
Yeah, because he know Floyd don't want to get Devin hurt in this situation. Believe me, he's holding back. He looked like he's going as hard as he can go, but no, trust me. I seen Tank flatline people in the gym.
Tank hit that nigga. He hit him. Then he hit him again. He went out. I jumped in the ring.
All right, just a little humor though, bro.
Yeah.
But so you think he held back? You thought he held back in that?
Yes, he was holding back. I bet he was holding back. They could rerun a sparring session and we could. It won't go. They could spar 10 rounds. It won't go 10 rounds.
Would you think if he sparred Devin right now?
10 rounds. It won't go 10 rounds.
In sparring?
In sparring.
Why? What's the difference?
Let Coach Calvin be right there. You'll see a difference. Let Coach Calvin be in his corner, and nobody's holding him back. Nobody's holding his arms and all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Let it be a sparring session. Nobody's hitting behind the head. Let it be clean. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Shakur, if Shakur does what he did to Edwin with Tank, how would Tank know how to catch him running? That's El Chapo.
Tank know how to maneuver around the ring. He know how to cut the ring off. He know how to step up the pace. Certain things he can do with his feet. You know, I can't go into details, but yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. He know what to do. Everybody, I don't care what style you fight, what your game plan is, who you have working in your corner. You can have 3 of the best coaches ever in the world working in your corner. You're going to get hit. You can have the best defense, the best offense. Everybody get hit. That's the reality of the sport. I have never seen a man not get hit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've never seen a fight where somebody didn't get hit. So with that said, what was your take? And I'm gonna get to the next question from the I'm just gonna throw mine in every once in a while. Excuse me. What's your take on the Jaron Ennis fight that took place this last weekend with David Avenetian? Like, what was your thoughts of his performance? Because he got hit more than a lot of people thought he should got hit, or at least that's what a lot of people are saying. What's your take on Jaron?
I think he had a great performance, and I tell people, man, when you fighting somebody, your opponent is training just as hard as you, and your opponent have the right to hit you. That's what he's training for. But at the same time, Jaron Ennis have a very smart team. A very smart team. They know when to throw the fishing rod out and get some bait. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Leave it at that. You know, they got a smart team. I love them, man. Great people, man.
Yes, sir. Victor Vaughn, shout out to Senegal, said, ask Kenny about the recent growth we saw in Tank in terms of maturity, the focus, and getting out of his shell, how it happened and what it took and how did it happen and what did it take? It
comes with life, man, growing mentally. Even myself, when I was younger, go back 35 years, I wasn't the same person I was today. But life, you have kids and things you used to do, you can't do anymore. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Did you hear what the guy just said about me one of my friends said about me, Kenny?
I missed that.
Well, he was talking. These dudes on the chat was saying that I look like you remember Ron Harper? Basketball player Ron Harper.
Yeah.
They was saying I look like Ron Harper and LeVar Ball.
Wow.
Yeah, so dog, this dude was saying, yeah. So I was saying, man, I'm better looking than them dudes. But then Dude was like, yeah, you ain't that attractive, but you did used to pull dime pieces. Like he used to say, he at least admitted because I can't, can't do that no more, dog.
Hey,
So what do you feel as being a man? Because I think you're around the same age as me. You don't got to tell me how old you are. I can just tell, by the beard, you're probably a few years younger than me. You got out of high school in the 80s?
Yeah.
Late 80s?
Mid 80s.
Okay, so you're a little bit older, like 80, what, 85, 86?
Yeah. I ain't scared to say my age. I'll be 57 in 2 months.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you 80. So you were 60. You in 85. I'm 87. Yeah, so we right around the same thing, man. Like, and you used to. I suspect you used to box.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Yeah. So what's the difference? Do you think? Like, what makes you a really good trainer? Because you're obviously an excellent trainer. And I don't know. Maybe you thought you were as good a boxer as you were a trainer, but like, there's a lot of trainers, my understanding, that didn't box.
Yeah. And
what do you think the issue is with that?
It depends on the person's knowledge of the sport. You don't have to be a boxer to be a good trainer. You have to just understand the art. But for myself, it started before boxing. It ain't just started with the human body. As a kid, man, I'm talking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You name it, man. I caught it. I put it in the tank. I put it in the cage. I made everything fight everything, and I watched. And some of the things that animals and insects do, humans do the same thing. And when I started boxing and became a trainer, I understood a lot, not just from the human, but from everything.
Like Roy Jones with that cockfighting he be talking about.
You know what? I never got a chance to talk to Roy Jones. We got a lot in common because I hear his conversations about when he was a kid catching insects. And we got another active fighter today that does the same thing. I won't put his name out there, but yeah, he a nature boy too,
Yeah, don't put their name out here, man, because they try to make that all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they asked Kenny, is camp for Tank going to be more intense for the Loma fight or whatever fight you have, or Shakur if the fight happens?
All of our camps are intense, but everything will be pretty much the same. Just working off what they do, their strengths and mistakes.
Okay, I saw Phenomenal Show said I think I saw Kenny discussing where he hit Frank to drain his power. Can you ask him if the punch placement planning is different for each fight?
Yeah, each opponent brings something different to the table, so you got to work off their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes, sir. So, like for fighters that you already fought, like Rolly, what was the punch placement? The chin?
It wasn't actually the punch placement. It was letting him get comfortable with making his own mistakes. Let him get in the momentum of thinking he's winning by coming forward because he get clumsy. And the minute he get relaxed being clumsy, we clip him.
Ask you a question, man. What do you think that Ryan Garcia may have done a little bit of? Let me jump in here. Why did Ryan Garcia, besides if you take out the juice, let's take out the juice and all of that stuff, just like the technical aspect of that fight, why do you think Ryan Garcia, that Devin Haney had such a hard time with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta had a much easier, like what would you compare the game plans between the two camps for those fights?
Let me see. Tank could match Ryan's power, overmatch his power, and Devin couldn't. Devin was coming forward with pressure, but he didn't have no guns. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Once he caught up with Ryan, what is he going to do? He don't have nothing to hurt him. Ryan is big and strong, and I don't think it had nothing to do with juice. His whole career, he hurt people with his hook. You know what I mean? And that was the only punch that he hurt Devin with. If he was on juice, I'm on the phone.
No, I was giving her a wave.
Oh,
you didn't see? I was waving her.
Oh, if he
I said, "Hey, sweetie."
If he was on the juice, all of his punches would have been effective.
What punches weren't effective?
Everything. Just the left hook was dominant. He threw some right hands, but the left hook was the one that was. They just didn't have an answer for it.
What do you think? Have you ever seen a fighter fight that was juiced and you knew they were juiced?
Yeah, I won't call no names, but yeah.
Yeah, don't call the name, but I'm saying like, and you could tell like the effect.
Yeah, you definitely can tell the effect. Yeah.
What was it?
Just the power, not the skill, but the power, the thump and the punch, you know.
And you think is that something that can be overcome by people?
And then sometimes that juice can give you better endurance to take a shot too. But it don't sharpen your skills.
Yeah, they're Kid Austin's father, Floyd Schofield II. I don't know if it's Floyd Schofield Jr. or if it's Floyd Schofield.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he mentioned something in an interview where he said that, you know, the juice, like, you know, some of that stuff, they know where to hit people that are on juice because it may affect you, like we know how to hit you to affect your breathing, to affect, like,
That's a new one.
yeah, that's what he sees. Like, yeah, we know, like, if somebody's juicing or that you have certain things that'll affect you, like, like maybe it's like similar to like overly muscular people.
Yeah,
like that are just like too heavy, too muscular.
Like Martin, I ain't gonna say he was on juice, but he just put on too much muscle. And
who was that?
Martin,
Frank Martin.
Yeah, he was just too muscular, man. And a lot of times when you get hit, your body will go a spasm on you. You know what I mean, from the muscles. So it's good to have water weight on when it's close to fight time. You could take a better shot, you know.
Instead of more muscle, more water weight. Instead of so like the Tyson Fury build versus the AJ build.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Coach Kenny, it's too powerful. What the fuck? Coach Kenny, it's Tupac over Biggie, Michael over Prince, Tank over Shakur. You see how Tupac Shakur begins and ends the conversation. I'm not a Tupac fan, man.
I ain't follow that stuff. Like I didn't get into that, so I really.
Now you like who you like better, Tupac or Biggie? If you're into it, because you're my age, so you may not.
They both had some great hits, man. But I like rappers that rap about, let's say boosting the lady, a single mom, would say good things about the single mom. So I might have to fall to Tupac. I don't like every song is about killing,
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, phenomenal show. Coach K, ain't Tank a switch hitter when he wants to be? I think it's another aspect of his game people haven't seen yet. There's a lot of people that have really been talking about that, man, about that couple seconds that Tank turned southpaw.
Yeah, he can, but he never really had to.
I mean, he turned orthodox.
Yeah, brief second. It's not like he, stayed there for a whole round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's your take on switching?
A lot of fighters today do it because their favorite fighter do. Like Terrence is a switch hitter, so his fans want to be switch hitters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some fighters turn southpaw because their opponent is southpaw instead of learning how to fight a southpaw without switching southpaw. You know what I mean? So the game, a lot of coaches today, they go to Walmart and get some hand mitts and they think they're coaches, but they really don't know the knowledge of the game, So they're not teaching the fighters correct.
Well, you've been fighting a lot of South. Tank is
get away with it,
Say that again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Some fighters do get away with it.
Question: Tank's fought two southpaws of his two of his last three fights have been southpaws. Does he have
He don't have a problem with southpaws at all. I read something where Tank had problems with southpaws, but that's the craziest thing to say because they all been laid out,
Yeah.
So how you got a problem with southpaws if you knocking them out?
Yeah, I don't know. What is the fundamental thing with the South? What is generally speaking, southpaws need to watch out for when they're fighting southpaws?
It's just like a conventional fighter fighting a conventional fighter. Just know the basics that's coming at you.
Yeah, but so with the orthodox fighter and the southpaw, like you really like Tank can really like catch jabs. Like he can catch the jab of
for like. It depends on the style that the person is bringing to the table. Like when he fought Ryan Garcia, if you notice, Tank had his hand on Ryan's jab.
Yeah, a lot of it just
because he's hook happy. So if my hand is on his jab, as soon as he moves his hand, the hook is coming. So just slip, because that's all he's gonna come with is the hook. So we knew that. If you go back and watch Tank fight, as soon as Ryan moves his hand, slip, because the hook is coming. That was the reason for that. All you gotta do is study the opponents, man. You can get them every time.
Damn, that's because that's right. Yeah.
Sometimes opponents will try to switch it up, but once you crack them, they're gonna go back to their old ways somewhere during the fight, you know?
Yeah. Oh, all right, man. Learn something. Hey, good. This is good stuff. Hey, Ringside, that was LCD. Shout out to Ringside with LCD. Says, salute Coach Kenny and Upton crew. Years ago, I was talking about Malik. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about him. Malik H. And my partner, hold on. What's the kid you just had fight? Jalil Hackett. That's why. Now I was talking about Malik H. I'm talking about Jalil Hackett. Jalil. I was talking about Malik H. And my partner at work from B-More put me on the Tank before Floyd got him. He showed me pictures of y'all from around the way. He know y'all for real. Thomas B. is his name.
What's up, Thomas?
Yes, sir. His friend is named Thomas B. Okay. So, yeah, man, Jalil Hackett. Oh, do you own – El Chapo said, do you own Upton Gym?
No, we don't own it. It's Parks and Recs. It's a Parks and Recs center.
Oh, Park and Recs owns the Upton Gym and you guys contract out?
Yeah, we use it, you know.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's nice. It's subsidized, so it's a subsidy.
Right.
Oh, that's what's up. To Coach Kenny, good work with Jalil. Yeah, let's talk about Jalil Hackett for a minute, man.
Thank you.
And that's the last of the Kenny questions. So if you guys have anything else, your questions will come up right away. So Jalil Hackett, man, why does he look like Bernard Hopkins to me, man?
He got that old school style, man. He's from out of DC, but we've been going back and forth working with Jalil. They come down here. We go up there since he's 8 years old. Great kid, disciplined in and out of the ring, no bad habits, you know, outside of the ring, you know. So he's just like every coach's dream, you know. Yes, sir.
Keith Perry said, "Why did they take Camille Motor?" Oh, Camille, you're talking about Camille Moton. No, I don't answer that, man. Pierre, I don't want to answer that because that's. I think that's more personal. That's more personal stuff. But it would have been nice to see Carmel. It would have been nice to see Carmelo on the card, though.
And I think my daughter got a bad decision because of that situation. That's another story, though.
Oh, you think that's what it is? I didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Man, it's politics like that, huh?
Yeah.
Sky Miller says, hey, do you believe Bud and Boots closer than most think?
As far as the fight actually happened?
Oh, as far as who would win the fight, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the only difference in that fight, you got old and experienced, you got the young and experienced. Both of them got experience. It's just that you don't see Boots experience because he's getting it in the ring, you know, in the gym. He's been around for a long time. He got great coaches. He's been getting great work from other champions. He just haven't got the opportunity to be, you know, to prove himself.
So you've seen him? You've seen Boots spar before?
Yeah, hell yeah. Him and but yep.
So without telling you, without the world champions that Boots fought, but without naming who they are, man, because you know I don't want to get into all of that. But when you say he's got the experience, it's like this, like he's doing things to him.
Solid work, man. Solid work. And the same with Bud, solid work. I seen both of them drop dudes in the gym, bigger dudes, you know. The only difference is their age.
How do you think age plays into fights, just generally speaking, man? Because like, you know, most people's experiences, that shit hits you. When it hits you, it hits you.
It's different when you got like Bud. He no drugs, no partying, you know, his body well reserved. He didn't take a whole lot of ass whippings, no ass whippings in his career, so he's still young. When you doing the wrong things, it ages your body quicker. So don't look at Bud as an old man. you know?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second, man. I gotta do something real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. So as far as Terrence Crawford goes, do you know anything about this Madmarov guy?
No, I don't know anything about him. I seen some highlight clips of him, but I don't. His skills can't touch Terrence Crawford.
So you don't think he got a shot at all?
Nah, I mean everybody have a puncher's chance. Anything can happen, but nah, I don't see him doing anything with Bud.
Okay, cool. Just give me 1 second, man. Let me just tell Shakur I sent it to him. Dude's a punctual kid, man. That's impressive, man. You know, man, I'm an old ass dude, bro. So I still get like, I still like look at younger men, man, and I always appreciate a dude that's real timely, man. And so Gervonta, man, what's going on with these next? Is he gonna? Do you see him staying at 135, or do you see him really going to 40? Like, what do you?
Man, listen, he made his last fight. He weighed in at 133. You understand what I'm saying? His weight just come off of him. You know, a lot of people want to see him to go up because he punched so hard. They want to see him to fight the bigger guys, but shit, he's not a big person. He's just a heavy hitter. You know.
Yes. So I had heard a statement that was made. Let me get your response to this. There was I guess I should do this. He's a pretty decent dude. There is a YouTube channel that goes by the name of, and I'm going to give him his respect and ask you directly what you think of it. It's a channel Showbiz, and he had somebody forwarded me a statement that he made, and I thought it was interesting, and I want to give you your thought on it because a lot of subscribers of mine asked me my take on it. If Shakur was going to, if Gervonta would to fight Lomachenko, and you looked at and said, okay, hey, there's an advantage for Lomachenko in this fight. And the advantage is, or the difference between Gervonta and the people that Lomachenko had lost before, is that all of the fighters that Lomachenko had lost to, they were all bigger than Lomachenko was. So you had Orlando Salido at 126, who gained a lot of weight, right? And wound up coming into the ring bigger than Lomachenko. And then his second loss was Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez was bigger than Lomachenko was, and so was Devin Haney. And in those circumstances where Lomachenko fought, where he lost, it was always to a bigger guy. But he fought and beat all the people the same size as him and smaller. So Shakur Stevenson, so Gervonta, I guess I haven't seen them both in person or standing next to each other. Maybe slightly shorter than Lomachenko. Like, I don't know. I'm
not sure. Maybe so.
Yeah, but let's just assume that he's a little shorter, but he's not bigger. Do you think that Lomachenko, that the lack of size of Gervonta Davis would make a difference in the fight with Vasily Lomachenko and Lomachenko's performance with him versus his performance with guys that were bigger?
No, because Tank IQ is better than all the guys you named. Tank punch is bigger than all the guys. Lomachenko can't take the infliction. Those guys they didn't inflict. He lost, but they didn't. Tank got a different temperament, man. We ain't just boxing on no point system. We come in that motherfucker to crush your ass.
Yes.
Excuse my figure of speech. We're not playing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Lomachenko ain't gonna be able to take it. We gonna flatline his ass.
You don't think he's gonna be able to take it? Like,
no. It's not in him to take it. He's a great amateur fighter. That's it.
What's the difference between an amateur, the amateur?
The amateurs, they on a point system, man. They scoring points. We ain't scoring no points. Man, it's deep, man. It's hard to explain, but it's a point system in the amateurs.
You think
and he still fight. He has so many amateur fights. He still make amateurs. He do amateur things in the ring because it's embedded in them. 200, 300, 400 amateur fights. That's crazy.
why you think that's a bad thing to have?
Yeah, that's too many, man. He got amateur flaws. He still make. You know.
So if somebody has too many amateur fights, you think that is
Not saying you can't be. Not saying you can't be successful in the ring, in the pro ring, but you know, if you're not a big puncher, it's even worse. You know, it's worse.
Yeah, and you don't think Lomachenko's a big puncher?
He got fat power, but he can't do nothing to hurt Tank.
You think he's got power something like? What do you think about Frank's power? You